vacation.
Vacation time, like the whole week, or just
Yes, the whole week.
that sounds great. I've heard that some workplaces do not give the employees, like, for example, 1 week off, like when it's the end of the year, they continue working. They just get the 24th, no, the 25th, and they also get the 31st and the 1st, I guess. But that sounds
Mhm.
great if you get those days
Yes,
off.
in my apartment, but in all big company, it's not possible because um, we repair aircraft
Hmm.
and we sell hours to the consumers, and that days, especially mechanics, don't have a free time. But administrative areas, yes, usually.
Yeah, I can understand, like the mechanics, they need to be there, like on site all the time because of the type of
Yes,
job they perform. It's indispensable.
yes.
Okay, I can understand that. Hi, Luis. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good
Fine.
evening. Good evening. All right. Okay, so I guess some of your classmates are a little bit delayed because of traffic. Some others are still working on some stuff. So, okay, we are having like a conversation session in today's class. Okay, so to take advantage out of the time. Okay, so now we are having this agenda. Okay, so we say that we're going to have a class discussion. Okay, and we're also going to read a little. Okay, so we're having a reading comprehension practice just to give you a little break from from your day from your day-to-day routine. Okay, so what are we doing exactly? I'm sending you to working groups. Okay, and you are going to ask each other some of the questions I share with you in the chat. Okay, so here we go. So be checking your chat because the questions are going to be over there.
Uh, that at the office say say to us to comply more of that. Try to have distance. Don't go outside if not necessary.
Diet.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Try to eat healthy food.
In your case, Luis.
Yeah, yeah, because with the
Yeah.
healthy food
In
also
my case,
you try to reinforce your immune system. So
Paint in my
in my, I don't know, in my backside, and it's really bad. And to stay healthy, sometimes around 2 times per week or 1 time per week, practice exercise and eat healthy, like grilled chicken, broccoli, some soups. And my mom always cooked to me some, some grilled bananas, and that is delicious for my breakfast, or some eggs and beans and just that. And what about you? Have you ever had habit change since you were younger?
I don't think so. I have been eating the same that I was younger.
What about
Yeah.
the junk food?
Sorry?
What about the junk food?
And
You love it.
yeah, but I try to eat a variety of foods, not just a kind of diet to follow step by step. By I enjoy eating everything, but after my COVID square, I reduce a lot of weight, 25 pounds maybe, as I remember.
Oh my God, you had COVID. Did you had COVID?
Yes. Oh yes, you are in the
I don't remember. I'm
yes,
sorry.
yes, and the level 3, intermediate level 3, I had.
Ah, I I I I
Do you
didn't
remember that?
you
Oh, you are not in this group,
in this model now.
in this model. Yes, I am. I joined the model maybe in a half
Oh my God.
from the hospital.
Joshua.
Yes, I received the class, a couple of class by my phone, but in the hospital in Usulután.
Listener. Okay. Marviño.
Well, I don't understand that question, but it's talking about remedios.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think,
remedies
yeah.
like medicine, like natural or common medicine that people use for different sicknesses, ailments or sicknesses.
Ah, okay. It could be like onion tea.
Okay, good. Go
Right?
ahead.
Yeah. Well, in my case, I used to prepare onion tea for the COVID, because my grandmother and my mom watched in TV that it was a documentary about the COVID. COVID-19, and it's talking about the onion tea. It could be health, or I don't know how do you say, pulmones,
For your lungs.
for my lungs. Yes, for sure.
Did you get
And
COVID?
no,
Or
I
was
don't.
it to
I don't get
prevent
it.
it?
Yeah, it's to prevent
You-
it, and I don't get it
Okay.
that. But she always put in onions. She put in chamois straw. I don't know how do you say manzanilla.
Oh, chamomile.
Chamomile. Yeah, she put in chamomile
Mhm.
and some pieces of pineapple, and it was delicious. It was really different, but yeah, for sure, it was really weird, but it was delicious at the end, and I think it was to prevent COVID-19.
And it's a good, and it's also, that recipe is a good cure for it.
Yes.
It works. It works.
Yeah, I listened about it.
Good. Very good. Thanks for sharing.
Okay, my pleasure.
Can't eat like a fish or cocktails or ceviche, something like that.
No raw
Yeah.
food for you? Why not?
to prevent some.
Yeah, I'm
Disgusting?
pregnant.
Is it disgusting, in your opinion? Raw food?
I'm
No,
pregnant.
no, no, because she is pregnant. How do you say?
Pregnant.
Pregnant. Pregnant.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pregnant. Oh, so it's not
Congratulations.
recommended. It's
Thank
not
you.
recommended to eat raw food when you're pregnant. I didn't know.
Yes, because it is a risk to eat something like salmonella,
Mm-hmm.
or it's not good for me and my baby.
I can understand.
Yeah.
Congrats for your baby. How old?
Thank you.
How many months pregnant are you?
1.5.
Oh,
Oh.
are you excited?
Yeah, a little bit.
Scared?
I'm scared. I'm scared.
I bet you are.
But here, my classmates, my coworkers, have experience with their wives,
Yes, yes, I guess.
and their babies.
Yes, believe me, I have a history with my wife when she comes pregnant. Uh, she asked to her doctor what kind of food will be
Mhm.
prevent, but believe me, the doctor said that any kind of food goes directly to the baby,
Oh yeah.
just
Uh-huh.
yeah, just to prevent some uh, kind of coffee
Go down.
or whatever that cause damage to the directly to the baby,
Oh.
but the food is separately uh, to the baby, kind of absorbed directly from you.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
But
keep on taking strict care on everything you eat.
What teacher? I didn't listen to you.
Oh yeah, I said that's why it's good to keep on taking a strict care on everything you eat because as Josue says, it goes directly to your baby.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Another advice that the doctor told us was that I
There are more questions in the chat just to check.
Yeah.
Became an aircraft mechanic, but now past 200 200 pounds. When I try to eat
no.
a lot of hamburgers or pizza, it's difficult to reduce fast the fat or the weight. It's difficult when I was a younger. It's more easy. It's more easy because I
Mano
am
today.
It
every
was easier.
everyone
It was easier.
active in one kind of exercise. So I don't know what happened with us, but it's different now.
We getting old. That's what
Enjoy.
happened.
For me, it's the same. When I was young, I used to eat spicy food, but now I think that it's not good for me because my stomach cannot tolerate the spicy food.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think that when I was young, my stomach uh, works normally, but now I think that it doesn't work like the way that la, the stomach worked before.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You have
because
to take care of your stomach.
yeah,
Guys, but you listen like a older, but you old man and you don't.
No,
We don't look like we don't
no,
look like that. We are all
no, but I think that the way that we are,
we
we
used to
were,
it. Yeah.
and the way that our life was, I think that is is faster that you can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's carbohydrate or it's correct the speech of carbohydrate or like
Carbs,
pastas.
carbs,
Just need to prevent a
potatoes,
lot of
fried
yes.
potatoes. Um,
And what kind of remedies do you use for ailments?
okay. Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah.
I usually drink simple. You know, it's a kind of soda. Simple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, it
Club
has
soda.
sparkling. I don't know. It's how
And
do you
Club soda.
homemade remedies. And Alka-Seltzer with a simple and bicarbonato, sodium.
My remedy is Tom's.
what is it?
It's a
Tom's.
kind of
Ah,
Tom's.
Tom's.
Yeah.
It's a beer.
It's like a Alka-Seltzer, but they are
Another level.
like a candy.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
And Luis, what kind of remedy do you use for common ailments? Ailments.
Mostly Alka-Seltzer, but I don't have any uh any remedies like Joshua and George says.
Oh,
Yeah. Mostly I pass the sickness on me after 1 or 2 days. I don't have anything at all. But
what?
it's not so frequently that I get disease with food because when I discover what do me feel mad or bad, I don't eat anymore that kind of food.
You delete of your menu.
Yeah, like an instinct because it is like I don't want to eat anymore because probably in my subconscious I think it is not well to me, so I don't eat it anymore.
Wow, you're a strict person.
It's not kind of the trigger. I think it is my subconscious that doesn't want it. Like for example, one time,
It was very interesting. I think I have some plans to travel to other country, but for the pandemic, it was my plans I don't know how can I say frustrados. But I think the next year maybe it's different. And I don't know if I have to ask to other person, maybe ask Martin.
Okay, tell me.
Well, let me check the question. Celebrate. Okay. Do you celebrate any unique holidays in your culture?
Oh, I don't understand.
I think it's like
Ah,
the answer.
maybe Holy Week or no, maybe the Salvador del Mundo celebration, I think, because it's unique here in El Salvador.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it could be like the pupusa day.
Oh,
Yeah,
pupusa day,
it could
yeah.
be.
It could be pupusa day, one of it one. And ¿qué más? El día del jocote, bichos.
But day, the jocote day.
De jocote day, cosas así.
So when I was a child, does not even exist in the supermarket here.
That's
It's
true.
just regular meal and that's it. There is no more kind of
More
difference.
option.
Right now we have a different kind of milk, soya milk, almond milk.
Mm-hmm. Many kinds of milk.
Yeah, and it's great because if you don't like something, you have another choice to use.
You have more options.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you guys, have you ever gone on a diet?
Mm. Now I try to do a diet because I want to lose weight because I think that I have overweight is
Wait,
right. Yeah, a
How
little bit,
many,
but
how many pounds do you?
Okay, for me, it's a little bit similar because my parents are separated, but I have a good relation with both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. And you, Martin?
Yeah, in my case, um, I live with my family, my 2 kids, my wife, and that's it. So
Let me
the next,
see. Next one is. Quiero ver. What aspect of your culture do you like? Quiero ver. It could be like the culture. I like it, the pupusas, the different. I don't know how do you say paisajes.
landscape,
The Naski, así.
landscape.
Landscape, yeah, the landscape of we have it in our country. And another thing of I like of our culture is, you know, like the los parques con ruinas.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Yeah.
sometimes it could be a little bit boring for another people, but for me are attractive because I'm looking my, the past of my family. It could be, yeah, that is the attractive part of the Salvadorian culture.
Okay. For me, it's similar because I think that the things that I really like from our culture, I think the food, the gastronomy, I think, and the tourist places because we can learn about our past, the reason or something. For example, how some people think about, for example, las creencias, maybe. I don't know how can I say that word, but it's very interesting.
Beliefs. We say beliefs.
Beliefs.
Yes, let me send you a message.
Okay. Okay.
It's in the chat. Good.
Beliefs. Beliefs. Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Welcome.
Okay.
Around February, I went to a nutritionist, and she gave me gave me a diet, and I lost about 25 pounds. But
Wow.
right now, I just don't follow strictly the menu that she gave me, but trying to eat, like I say, healthy.
Mhm,
Not trying to eat fast food,
mhm.
and try, like you say, trying to eat something made at home.
Oh,
Yeah, because you put the you use the ingredients, and know the quality of the ingredients, because in a restaurant, or like our case in Aroma, the cafeterias, they use
Mhm.
the most common oil, or
Yes.
general stuff,
Delicious.
and yeah, and
No, not delicious.
Of course not. I hate
Uh,
that smell. Sorry.
mhm.
and you don't know what they use, and if you prepare at home, you know what are you eating, so,
yeah,
and the quality of the product that you use.
the quality that the ingredient that they use.
Yes.
Mhm.
The
In my
cafeteria,
case,
they reuse the oil
yes,
the
the
Mhm.
day
same
before.
oil for cook everything.
Yes.
Yes, as I can see. But in my case, have you ever gone on a diet? Just as I told you before, guys, I never.
Well,
Well,
I
in my case, I think the thing that I don't like here in our country, um, let me see. It could be the Gans member. I don't like it. And sometimes it could be the tradition of the people has to throw the trash in the highway wherever they are. It's no matter if someone see you or if you already finished to eat a food, they throw trash wherever they are, and that is really bad because at the end those things are complicated. When it's raining, it's caused a lot of disasters, right? And it's because we are a dirty people and we don't have a good behavior.
yeah.
We we don't think in a future. We just have an action and just that. That is the point that I don't like from our country and the Salvadorians.
For us to eat healthy.
Yes, and I agree with you, Joshua. I think that it is not necessary go many times to the nutritionist to have a diet, because
Yes,
the main point is that we have to learn to eat healthy. For
yes,
example, many vegetables, many
yes.
fruits, many
Believe me,
good things, many proteins, a lot of good things, and try to avoid the fast food because it is too bad for
yes.
us, and we know about that.
And drink
But
water. Drink water is special
drink
because
water, yes.
yes, yes. And
It's
before I eat, believe me, I ate or eat, ate. I
it,
ate four pupusas, and now just two. It's a big difference.
wow. The
It's
house.
enough for me. It's enough for me, especially when it's in a dinner, because
Mhm.
you go to the bed and your body needs to.
We are with technology, with internet. Also, right now we are by Zoom, so it's something new that before we didn't have.
Yeah, I'm agree with you. I think I don't use a lot of different technologies at my work, but we had to learn different programs or equipments. It's not like you because you have to work with that all day.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes, the technology is very important in our life. First, because we use a lot the cell phone, and it's very important now because it's um, we use the cell phone for all the time for try to communicate it something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the next
Well,
one, it says, which technology, are you in this question? Which technology
Okay, welcome back to the main session. I'm very happy to see and to hear you talking about different aspects that we do not usually get to speak about in our classes. So I just have some feedback over here. Well, I heard when I was a child, it does not even exist. How can we twist it? When I was a child, it is in the past or in the present.
Present.
So we need to change it into the past. So we say it
Didn't.
Okay, it didn't exist. Okay, repeat it with me. When I was a child, it didn't exist. It didn't even exist. Take a look at this.
When I was a child, it didn't even exist.
Oh, right, very good. It is more easy, comparative form of easy. We say
Easier.
easier?
easier. Very good. Soya, how do you say soya in English?
Soy.
Soy?
Soy, yes. Okay, this word,
Soja.
we could also call it soja, yes. Okay, but take a look at this word. This word in English doesn't have a prominent or strong pronunciation. So we're going to pronounce it as milk. Listen, milk, milk.
Milk.
Repeat it with me, milk, milk.
Milk.
Good. So we will never say milk, milk, or milk. We will say milk, milk.
Milk.
There you go. Good, good. Okay. I tried to do a diet We can say I tried to go on a diet. Okay. If you are in this process already, so you say, I'm going on a diet now. You see, I'm going on a diet now. Okay, that things. What do you think we need to change from the sentence? That things. We need to say those, right? Those things. Repeat it with me. Those things.
Those things.
Okay, so somebody asked me this question. Do you know what it means? Beliefs. How to say this in English? So what is beliefs in English? Any idea? How can you explain it in English? No ideas. Okay, so your beliefs are things you believe in. For example, in your beliefs, you can respect different aspects. For example, some people do not eat pork as part of their beliefs, or some people do not wear jeans as part of their beliefs. Okay, so beliefs. So they are the things you believe in. Okay, now you don't know what are you eating. How can we change this? You don't know what?
What do you eat?
This is a sentence, right? Because we're not asking a question, so you're making an exclamation, right? You don't know what you see, what you. So we'll have to do it over here. Okay, you don't know what you are eating. Repeat it with me. You don't know what you are eating. You don't know what you are eating.
What you eating?
Okay, pronunciation for this word. Good. Proteins. Proteins. Protein.
Proteins.
Okay. Oh, we are by Zoom. Okay, referring to the fact that we are receiving classes. So we can say we are on Zoom now. You see, we are on Zoom now. On Zoom. On every platform, we're going to use on Facebook, on Schoology, on Zoom. Okay. Now, this expression here, we have two ways to change it. This expression with I'm agree with you. We're going to change it to, tell me, two forms. We say I. We need a verb. What is the verb? I
agree with you.
Good. Repeat it with me. I agree with you.
I agree with you.
Okay. Do you want to use the verb to be? Do it. Okay. But we got to change the whole thing. So we have to say, I'm in what? In? Okay. One more time. I'm in agreement with you. I'm in agreement with you.
I'm in agreement with you.
I'm in agreement with you.
Okay. Or I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay. For example, I'm going to make an exclamation and you can reply in any of the two forms. Okay. So I say, pupusas are the best thing in the world. How do you reply?
I agree with you.
Come on, give it a try. Do it. If you don't say it, you will continue making the same or saying things the same way. And we got to change that. So say it. So, okay, pupusas are the best thing in the world.
I agree with you.
I agree with you.
Okay, very good. Okay. So Salvadorans are extremely hardworking.
I agree with you.
Okay. What about the rest?
I'm in agreement with you.
Okay, very good. Okay, so if this is positive, what is the negative form for each one of those two exclamations? I, since it's a verb, we say I
don't
agree with you, you say. I don't agree with you. Okay. The next one. If I
Is it
say,
correct that you say I disagree with you?
yes, you can say I disagree with you. Yes, it's another verb. I disagree with you. See? Okay. And the last one, we can say, not in what? Okay, for example, oh no, Salvadorans are ugly people. Salvadorans are ugly people. Tell me.
I'm not in agreement with you.
Good. Okay, what about the rest?
I disagree with you.
Okay, what about the others? Come on, no fear. Come on, say it. Or do you agree with me?
I'm not in agreement with you.
Good, very good. Okay, good job. All right, let's move on to our next activity. Okay, so our next activity is to read a little. Okay, so we're gonna read a text, but we are following some instructions. So pay attention to the instructions. I'm going to display the text here. Okay, now that we're talking about diets, food, and stuff. Okay, the purpose of this activity is to get new vocabulary. Okay, so food for a community, and I'm giving you some minutes. Okay, I'm displaying the text over here, and you scan the text. And whenever you find a word that you do not know or that is new to you, you let me know, okay? So that I can highlight it, okay? For example, in the case this one is a word that you do not understand or that you do not know, you can spell it and I will highlight it. Are we okay? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so right
Yes.
now, take some minutes to scan the text. You don't have to read aloud, just scan it like you are a computer, okay? And if you find a word that you do not know, you say, Adriana, the word is, and you spell it. You spell it. Or if you know how to pronounce it, you let me know, okay? So here we go. I'm displaying the text for you. Right now, I want you to tell me the words you do not know from the text. Do I scroll down or not yet?
Not yet. I am in the second paragraph.
Okay, so I can scroll down a little, right? Here?
Uh, I found one word. SHED.
Okay. H is the
It's,
this
no,
one?
SHED. It says volunteers are starting to arrive at Montserrat Wonders down the hill to a shed.
Oh,
Yeah.
SH. Okay, very good. A shed. Okay, let me just find it. Okay, don't mind me. Okay, got it. Okay. Should I scroll down a little or not yet?
Yes, teacher, a little.
Okay.
Teacher, we need to mention now the vocabulary that we need to
Yes,
learn.
yes, you
Oh,
tell me now as you find it. Mhm.
yes, I find one is perhaps. Or perhaps. Yeah.
Perhaps, perhaps. Okay. Is it
R-A,
here in this paragraph?
yeah.
Let's see. It's in this one. Okay.
It's in the,
All right.
okay.
I'll get it. Don't worry. Don't worry.
It's in the second paragraph. Just after, and in the first line, eating together in perhaps. In the second paragraph. No,
Here.
I'm sorry, my mistake.
Is it in the first one?
Oh man,
Then?
in the third one. In the third one.
In the
In
third one.
in the
Okay.
beginning of
Sorry.
the
Sorry.
paragraph. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
perhaps. Thank
such
you.
traditional approach. Yeah. Thank you.
Got it. Any other?
Okay, wonders.
Wonders. Montserrat wonders. Okay.
Wonders
Any
though.
other? Okay.
Okay. Allá atrás sí te va a dar. Allá te va a dar. I have another one, teacher.
Tell me.
Let me find.
Take your time.
Yes,
Don't
yes,
worry.
yes. Enough tamale for every young and the eat cook has been steering the atoll.
Stirring.
Stew.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Very good. It should be in this one, right? Mm. Okay. It's in this one.
Yes.
Okay. Are we okay, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start searching for this vocabulary. Okay, so the first one to go is, okay, we're okay with pilgrims, right? I just highlighted it because I was giving you an example. Now, the first one you selected is wonders. Okay, so wonder is the verb, okay? And what we're gonna do right now is to get a video that shows us what wonder is, Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go here and we say person. So if the verb is wonder, okay, I can say person wondering. Okay, person wondering. Let's see if we can find a video, okay, of a person wondering. Okay, let's see. No, this is wonder. Hmm. Well, we got no videos over here, but wonder um is similar to walking, but you are lost. When you are lost or when you are worried. Okay, so wonder means to move from side to side, from side to side. Look, let's see. We have no specific video to show or image to show it, but let's go to the dictionary as a second resort. To wonder. Okay. So let's see. So we have, look, so it is like walking, it's similar to walking, but with no direction. So people usually wonder when they are feeling nervous, when they're feeling worried, or when they just want to go walk. Okay, so they have no destination, no expected destination. So you see, Adam wandered along the beach. You see, so moving from side to side, from place to place, with no specific direction. Okay, are we okay with wonder? Yes.
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 Yes,
Look,
teacher.
yes. Okay, good. Now let's see. So the next one we have is okay, a shed and then perhaps. Okay, another word similar to perhaps is maybe. Okay, if maybe is tal vez, perhaps is like saying quizás, perhaps. Okay, now shed, a shed. So we're gonna go to our images here and we're going to type a shed. Okay, so different types of sheds. Okay, this is a shed. A shed, some people in the United States use them for storing tools or things that they don't want to have in their houses, you see? So it is like a small cabin, a very small cabin where they store things. Okay, you see? Like tools mainly. But we can also have these rural sheds like the ones we find in the countryside. Okay. They're only showing you like pretty pictures. Let's see. Shed in village. Let's see. Okay, like this. Look, this could also be a shed. The other images I showed you were pretty, but this is more like something that is described in the text. You see? This could also be another shed. You see? Okay. It is like a small shack or a small cabin. Look at this other one. This is a shed. Have you seen sheds here in El Salvador?
Yes, a lot.
Like this one, right? What do
Yeah,
people do in sheds here in El Salvador?
they live there.
They live there or they cook. Sometimes they cook, right? Like they have a house similar to it and they also go cook over there. Okay. So this is a shed. Okay. Now it's like some sort of shelter that they have. Okay. So this is a shed. Okay. Now let's see what other words we have in the text. So we have stirring. This is the last one. Okay, stir is a verb. Okay, and the verb is like this. This is the verb, the base form of the verb. Stir. Okay, so you can stir your food when you're cooking. You can stir your coffee. Okay. Oh, look. This movement is to stir. Repeat it with me. Stir, stir.
Stir.
Never say steer because the steer is related to the car, right? So stir. Very good. One more time. Stir.
Stir.
So I put sugar in my coffee and then I stir it. Then I stir it. Okay. So you can stir your coffee. You can stir your soup. Okay. So you stir your soup or any liquid. Are we okay? Yeah?
Understood, yes.
Good, very good. Okay, so our next activity, you guys are helping me read. So here we go. Now that we know the pronunciation for every word, you are able to help me read. Okay, so we're starting off with Luis Ivan. Help me out with the first line. I'm gonna tell you where to stop. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Food for a community. Every year for many years, the people of Milpa Alta, Mexico, have prepared a feast in the week before Christmas. 50,000 tamales and 50,000 liters of hot chocolate are made in less than a week. Not too much and not too little for the thousands of people who show up for the feast. The feast is called La Rejunta and is named for pilgrims preparing for the long walk to the holy cave of El Señor de Chalma on January 3rd.
Thank
The
you.
people,
Okay, thank you. Josue, continue.
Can you please mark? It is an honor to be. Oh, the people responsible for organizing La Rejunta are called the mayordomos. It
Mayordomo?
is a honor to be. It is a honor to be chosen, and so many people want to do it that the waiting list is full until 246.
Okay, very good. We say
2000.
2046 or 2000? Yes,
No,
okay,
2046.
good.
Yes.
Okay, repeat with me. Organizing, organizing.
Organizing.
And we say cold, cold.
Hold.
And it's an honor.
Cold.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
It's an honor.
Thank you. Let's continue. Let's see. Janet, help me read the next paragraph. Thank you.
Okay, the stages in the organization of La Rejunta are the same every year. Tradition is important to the Milpa Alta people. Corn has been grown here for hundreds of years and the name of the region means high corn field. Local farmers grow most of the corn, meat, and vegetables needed as ingredients for the meal. And a year before the event, the men go to the forest and collect wood that they pile up high near the home of the mayordomo so that it will be properly dried before it's used to open air cooking.
Okay, thank you for open air cooking.
Open air cooking.
Awesome. Angela, can you help us read the next part? Yes?
Sure, for sure.
Okay, from here.
This year's mayordomos are, no move it, are Virginia Mesa Torres and her husband Fermin Lara Jimenez. There is an infinity of things to do. Virginia Mesa Torres says firmly as if to indicate there is no time to talk. Is it okay or may I continue?
Yes, continue.
Virginia is heading to the local offices to get the necessary permits and permits set off into the countryside in search of more ingredients. They leave their daughter Montserrat Lara Mesa in church. She is 24 years old, graduate student who's come home who's come home to help her parents for the week.
Thank you. Okay, repeat this with me. Says firmly. Says firmly.
Says
Says.
firmly.
Okay, very good. And here, permits. Permits.
Permits.
Permits.
Permits.
More time. Permits.
Permits.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's continue with Karina. Help us read from here. Volunteers.
Okay, volunteers are starting to arrive, and Montserrat wanders down the hill to a shed to see how the toasting of the corn is going. Everything is made from the basics, no instant mixes or other culinary shortcuts are allowed.
Okay, are allowed.
Allowed.
Awesome.
Allowed.
Thank you. Let's continue with Jorge del Cid. Help us read, please. Such. Oh, are you there?
Okay,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm here. Such traditional approaches are part of everyday life here. Eating together is perhaps the most important example. In my experience, there is a glue, a bonding that comes from the time together at the table. Says Josefina.
Josefina?
Says.
Says. One more time. Says.
Says. Yeah.
Yes.
Says Josefina Garcia Jimenez. She often cooks for her niece and nephews and says, "It feels like I am passing down a tradition." And when it comes to their turn to be adults, they will remember what I have done.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Okay, so let's see. Let's have Georgina, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, help us read. Here we have
time to cook. Time to think just what ingredients are needed. Time to show our kids, strong cookies that we love them.
Okay, through cooking. Through cooking. Okay, finish it, please.
Okay. When the day of La Rejunta arrives, the volunteers have been up all night. Though no one admits to feeling tired, Fermin has made sure there are enough tamales for everyone, and the head cook has been stirring the atoll chocolate drinks all night. After 14 years wait and a few years of preparation, it's almost time for Fermin and Virginia to hand over responsibility to the next mayordomos. But first, there are thousands of cups of atoll to serve.
Thank you. Okay, let's pronounce this word one more time. Dough.
Dough.
And
Dough.
we say, the head cook has been stirring. It sounds like stirring. Like
stirring.
Stirring. Yes, you got it. One more time. Stirring. Awesome. Okay, good. So, people, what's this text about? Can you tell me in your own words? I'm going to let you go through it a second time, but right now, what is the reading about? In a few words, what is it about?
For a tradition in a small town in Mexico.
In Mexico, what's this tradition about? Can you explain that to me?
They prepare food for pilgrims to go for a tradition. I don't remember the tradition, but
Okay,
it's
no
on
worries.
January 3rd.
Okay. Oh, so it's for, would you say it's for the Christmas holidays related somehow to it? Would you say so?
Yeah, probably. But
Okay.
it is happened on January 3rd.
Okay, it is. It happens on that date. Okay, good job. All right. So I just sent you two documents to the chat. One is the reading text, and the other one has some questions. Okay, I want you to work on the questions right now. So you're working in groups. I'm gonna give you some time to answer them, and after that, we're coming back to discuss everything together. Are you ready? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go.
Good. Okay, this is the lecture that we just read. Do you want to read it again or go to the questions?
I think that we have to try to answer the questions. And then if we have any doubt, we can
Okay.
read the article again.
Okay, perfect. Reading comprehension, read the article and choose the correct option. The article is account of the day-to-day life of farmer in Mexico, key features of Mexican community, what Mexico people eat for Christmas. I think it's number B, letter B,
I think that is B.
letter B.
Agree.
Let me see if I can open on.
I have a doubt with respect to letter A, no, Z, but it's not in Christmas, no?
No.
Okay.
And Karina Oscar, what do you think?
I agree with you guys. I think it's the letter B, key features of a Mexican community.
Okay. Letter B. Okay. Number 2, La Rejunta. Is a meal where all the guests bring some dishes. Is just an example of milpa alta tradition. It started as a way of using up an extra corn in milpa alta.
Guys, we have to answer code. What do we have to do? We have to choose, I think, the correct word.
The correct answer for the paragraph.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the first one is the first option that it says the day to life. No. What Mexican people eat in Christmas, key feature of Mexico. ¿Qué onda con eso? Te juro que pensé tener la respuesta.
Okay. Read the article and choose the correct. The article is an account of.
Okay, we have the number one. The article is an account of.
Because the number,
Letter C.
The
Letter
number.
C.
letter C, what Mexican people eat at Christmas, but the
Yes.
activity, porque la actividad pasa como una semana después.
Yeah.
Vaya.
He said, before it's
Before Christmas.
every year, no sé qué, have prepared
Ajá.
a feast in the week before Christmas.
No es on Christmas.
This article is account the day of
The
the.
day.
Is made for pilgrims preparing for the long walk.
Yes.
The people responsible for no, but the
Okay.
mayordomos is responsible ones. It's not the
Alcaldes mayordomos.
no, but the mayordomos is the one that's responsible for. Is the pilgrims made their trip after Christmas.
Oh, okay. B.
Letter B. Mhm.
Number 5.
Number 5, which statement is true?
It's
It's hard to find people who want to organize the feast. It's difficult to get selected to organize the feast. The next feast is about 30 years' time.
Letter
I
A.
think letter.
Can we go to the text?
To the article.
To the article?
Yeah.
I am
the
in
people
English.
responsible for it's an honor to be chosen, and so many people want to do it that the waiting list is full until 2046.
Oh, I think
So
that is letter
it
C.
is not hard to find people. It's difficult to get
It's
selected.
difficult to get selected. Yeah, it's B. Because a lot of people try to,
Yeah, they have a waiting list,
yes,
and it's
until
2020, and
2046.
yeah, it is
Yeah,
2020, and I going to be a mayordomo in 2046. No
Have
way.
to wait
maybe
a lot.
Yeah,
when I was a grandfather, when I am.
yeah.
Fermin,
This year,
yeah,
mayordomo had Virginia Mesa Torres and her husband Fermin.
there is an
There is an infinity of
to
things
do.
to do. Virginia says firmly. It is as if they indicate there is no time to talk.
Yeah, letter A, that's correct.
Mm-hmm. No, letter
No,
are too busy to spend much time with the
yeah,
author.
Yeah.
Number 8. In Milpa Alta, people pay attention to tradition all the time, only in certain time of the year when they eat.
In Milpa Alta, people pay attention to tradition. Mm,
The number 8, I think, is the letter B.
And
The
in
number
7,
7, have a lot of experience in organizing dual preparation
ay,
themselves.
microondas.
Creo que es la C también.
Okay.
They are too busy to spend much time with the author. Es que ellos fueron, yo leí esa parte. They were select to organize the celebration. And I remember it says that they had a daughter. She's 24 years old. And she
How are you guys doing? Are you ready?
Teacher, could you join me in the group because I got no battery and just plug in the computer.
You hadn't finished yet, right?
Yeah, we are about number 8.
Okay, so your group was Georgie, right? Milton.
Karina, Georgie, Joshua.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Welcome.
third. Yeah, it says that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
says that.
O sea
Oh,
que
it's
no es
January.
para diciembre.
No, it's January the 3rd.
For her niece and nephews and says it feels like I'm passing down a tradition, and when it comes to their turn to be allowed, they will remember what it has done.
But at the
Here,
end, talk about
here he was. Here we have time to cook, time to think just what ingredients are needed, time to show our kids through cooking that we love them. So, yeah. Number 8, right?
yeah, I think it's number 8.
And the last one, according to the final paragraph with statement it's true. The volunteers eat tamales during the night. Last minute preparation takes place the night before the feast. Fermin and Virginia have to choose the next mayordomos. I think the last one.
La semana que José estuvo en el hospital me dio
Okay, let's see. The article is an account of, what's the right answer? What is the article about? Anybody?
Letter B.
We select the letter B.
Letter
Yes, teacher.
B, teacher. Okay, perfect. Yes, you are right. La rejunta, number 2.
Also letter B.
Okay, it's just one example of Milpo Alta traditions. Very good. Number 3, La Rejunta feast. Read the sentence.
La rejunta feeds takes a week to get ready.
So you need a week to prepare it?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, it says they prepared it 1 week before to celebrate it on January the 3rd.
Okay. Okay, very good. So takes a week to get ready. It doesn't last a week. It's not held once a week. Very good. Number 4, pilgrims to the Holy Cave
Are called majordomos. The letter C.
Are you sure? All the people are
No.
called mayordomos?
No, make the trip after Christmas.
Yes, mayordomos are only the organizers, right? Very good. Okay. Which statement is true? Number 5.
It's difficult to get selected to organize the feast.
Yes, the list has names until 2046. Do you remember that part? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Which statement is not true according to the text?
Only vegetarian food is served at the meal.
because there's meat at the meal. Good. Virginia and Furman
Are too busy to spend much time with the author.
with the author, right? Yes, because of the way he explains it, right? 8. In Milpalta, people pay attention to traditions,
All the time.
of course. 9. According to Josefina Garcia Jimenez,
Cooking for your family is an act of love.
of course. And the last one, according to the final paragraph, which statement is true?
I think it's letter A. The volunteer eat tamales during the night.
Okay. Do we have any other options?
Well, letter C is one of the, but I don't know if they choose because it's a waiting list.
Okay, let's check. So in here it says, that's not the one. Okay, so it says, okay,
When the day of the rejunta arrives, the volunteer have been up all night, so no one admits to feeling tired. Fermin has made sure there are enough tamales for everyone.
mm-hmm,
And the he cook has been stirring the atole
mm-hmm.
all night. After 14 years waiting and 4 years of preparation, it's almost time for Fermin and Virginia to hand over responsibility to the next mayordomo. They don't say they have to choose. And
Okay,
also it is, and also I think it's not letter C because it is a waiting list until
so
2046.
so it doesn't
So
say that they have been eating either, right? It doesn't say that they ate the
yeah,
food. So,
The number C.
but it says, but they don't have to choose them. They were
Oh.
chosen. They were chosen, like for this year, they were chosen, like somebody else chose them. And the next year,
mhm,
new mayordomos are coming. So nobody chooses, like it's not to Fermin and Virginia to choose the next person. So letter C is not the right answer. And it doesn't say that the volunteers have been eating all night. They have been up, right? Doing what?
mhm.
Stirring what? Stirring.
Stir.
Okay, so we can assume last minute preparations take place the
Take place
night
the
before.
night before the feast.
Okay, very good. All right, good answers. Very good. Okay, so this practice was to, first of all, to learn some new vocabulary. Okay, and also to enhance your thinking and analyzing stuff in English. Okay, when it comes to reading. So after finishing this, I'm gonna let you go because it's just about time for you to go. Hector Arenales? Oh, we didn't have a class yesterday, right? So I'll fix it up. Okay, so Hector was here. Ernesto Cruz. Ernesto. Did you see Ernesto? All right. Okay, so here. Jorge del Cid,
Here.
Karina Escobar,
I'm here, teacher.
Janet Estrada.
I'm here, teacher.
Okay, Edwin Fabian is here too.
I'm
Okay,
here.
Jose Flores,
Here I am.
Martin
Yes, I-
Flores.
Here, teacher.
Okay, Ronald Garcia. He was busy today. Marvin Hernandez sent a message as well, right? Yes. Okay. Silvia Hernandez. Okay, Sylvia's working. Let's see. Luis Lara.
Here,
Georgina Lopez.
Here.
Okay, Jonathan Ramos.
Teacher,
Tell me.
it's Marvin. I
Marvin,
didn't hear
Marvin.
you.
Okay, thank you.
I was a listener.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. So let's see. Jonathan Ramos. Jonathan. Salvador Rauda.
Salvador was here,
Okay,
but
yes.
I
Salvador.
Sorry,
wasn't
teacher.
listening.
Here I am, but I was listening.
Good. Angela Brigitte Renderos. Herman asked for permission. Okay. Oscar de Jesus.
Here I am.
And Maria Jose is still on medical leave. Okay. So thank you guys for joining. See you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Have a
Bye,
great
teacher.
weekend too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.